Papasquatjon, coming at ya. We've got another track from Ren. This is the one that came up most often in the comments from Hi Ren, which I did a few days ago. Let me tell you exactly when that was. I posted Hi Ren. Oh, I guess it was a little while ago. June 3rd. Today is June 8th as I'm recording this. You will probably see it on June 9th. Well, that's when it will actually be live on the channel. I don't know. You could be seeing this 10 years in the future if, the world hasn't collapsed into a pit of post-apocalyptic, post-capitalist bullshit. Anyway, the High Ren reaction was really well received. Had not expected that. That was a track that was handed to me, suggested to me by one of my coworkers at the new place that I'm working at, the Forge I'm going to be working at in Milwaukee. And did not expect it to have quite as much of a reaction from people as it did. It's got just over 2,000 views, but it's got 59 comments, which is a lot. Strangely, the next day I reacted to something from Blood, Bleood, and that's got 75 comments and almost 5,000 reactions. Did not expect that either. So, what do I know about music? Not a fucking thing. But High Ren was very popular, and it was a really cool track. And found out a lot about the artist even after I had read up on screen about the artist. And people had other things to say. They told me the video was actually live. It was recorded with, I think, 3 or 4 different cameras, and they cut between them. But the performance was live. It was not lip synced. It was not, and it was not cut together necessarily as extensively as I might have thought it was. That was all very cool to find out. Like, super, super cool to find out. There were a few comments about like how I shouldn't read ahead about the track and I shouldn't read the lyrics because I should just experience the music and blah, blah, blah. If you think that way, then you can start your own reaction channel and you can run it however the fuck you want to. I am going to run my channel the way I want to. That was probably a lot more aggressive than I needed it to be, but I don't give a shit. So anyway, just to explain, it is easier for me, my head, the way it works, to read the lyrics and go along and keep track of everything. It's much easier for me. I don't read ahead. I literally am reading the line of lyrics as they are saying it. It helps me. It helps me to understand what they are talking about in the song. Ren's music, obviously his vocals, really, pretty easy to understand. The point of his music is what he is saying. And I base this on one song, but the point of that song was to be very clear. He wanted people to understand what he was saying because it was the message that mattered in that song. The performance was great. The back and forth, the 2 voices, I think the writing was incredibly good. There's a lot of good about that one track, that High Ren. We are now going to listen to The Tale of Jenny and Screech. For some reason, I just think Lilo and Stitch or Lilo and Stitch. But I don't know why that is, because Jenny and Screech are not that similar to Lilo and Stitch. But let's do this. It's a 13-minute track. I should also say, normally on Mondays I react to an album, but I know people are excited for me to check out more Ren stuff, so I'm going to do that. This is a longer song, and I'm going to do an album after this, but it's only like an 18-minute album. So let's check this out, and then we'll do an album. The Tale of Jenny and Screech from Ren, produced by Ren, came out in August of 2022. Lots of lyrics, because like I said, it's a 13-minute long song. It's, let's read that bio in a minute. It is listed just as rap and UK, because he is from the UK. So the 3 songs were written freestanding. After writing Jenny's Tale and Screech's Tale, Ren thought for a long time, while ill, until he suddenly knew what would bring the story into a 3-act climax. It's amazing that it was not developed to be a Shakespearean-style tragedy. With a mic drop ending, in its finished trilogy form, it has been his favorite song to sing live and in public. That's interesting. So apparently started out as 2 separate songs and is now part of a 3-part storyline. That's all I know. That's what I know. Let's check this out. 13 minutes and 31 seconds. Oh, that's a palindrome. 1331. Ren, the Tale of Jenny and Screech. Let's check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel if you can. I can't monetize everything that I listen to. It helps me out. If you watch something else, maybe it'll be something I can monetize. Finally, CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon information are down below in the description of the video. If you would like to say thank you for reacting to this song, I would appreciate that. Send me some money. Nobody's paying me to do this one. I don't think I can monetize this. Let me check. You can also join my Patreon, $3 a month. And if you want to send me something else to listen to, Cash App, PayPal, and Patreon, right down there in the description of the video. Also, down there is a playlist of stuff that I've reacted to here on the channel. That is on a playlist that I have on my iPhone of favorites from the channel. And these are 13 tracks that have come up recently. So let me just double check this. I want to see if I could monetize Hi Ren. Nope, couldn't. So I can make no money off of Hi Ren. I assume that will be the same for this track. So if you really enjoy your reactions, my reaction, you enjoy watching the reaction, $1, something would be great. That would be great. I have to, just to give you a little glimpse into my life, I have to come up with like $2,700 to pay for some plane tickets home for my wife and the kids. We're moving to Milwaukee, so they're going to fly. I'm going to drive. I have to come up with $1,000 to pay movers to come and help me move, to load everything into the pod. And I have to come up with about $600 to get a new windshield installed on my car before I drive it 2,000 miles across the country, because I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to drive with a broken windshield 2,000 miles across the country. That's just the 3 things I know of, and that's almost $3,000. So money would be useful. Thank you so much. 13 minutes, 31 seconds. The Tale of Jenny and Screech by Ren. I want to know his training, because I swear he's a classically trained guitarist. He is not just somebody who I don't think who just picked up a guitar and started to play, and taught himself to play whatever. I could be totally wrong about that, but just the way he gets sound out of the guitar, the way he picks, the way he writes the music, it sounds so much like a classically trained guitarist, like somebody who knows what they're doing, has worked for years to develop their craft. And again, not saying he couldn't have done all of this stuff on his own, but it sounds so much like the people that I have heard who are just classically trained. That's the only phrase I can think to say. Love the sound effect. That's great.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City.
Oh, interesting.
Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame?
It's so interesting because it's almost like almost a reggae-ish style of vocals, like that opposite beat that reggae music has. Love it. I think it's super, super cool. I love it when people use elements of music like that. Yep. Interesting stuff.
Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there was this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and now...
Okay, so also notice right off the bat, like that section about Jenny has a different feel musically, like I was saying, kind of sounds a little bit reggae-ish. And then it comes to this section about James, and it's dun 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 dun. Completely different style of music.
Out of his brain, he'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech, he was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete. And he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
So that was Jenny's tale. This is Screech's tale. I also kind of feel like Spanish guitar too, right?
Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, you in? No, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch, for fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
That's great. It's so interesting to me because it feels to me like, God, how do I explain this? It feels to me like this could be developed into a full production of him. How would I do it? Him singing the song, maybe being somebody who's walking through scenes but isn't perceived by the people in the scenes, and then having this play out fully acted, fully produced as a movie, with Jenny walking home, running into Screech, the murder happening, because the story he's constructed is so good. Like, it's so solid, it's so easy to understand, so easy to picture in your head, that it feels like it could be made into something more than this video. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this video. Don't get me wrong. I think he is fully carrying this, and it is super effective and interesting. And in things like this shot, right, where he takes the guitar and for the 4 shots, and the camera wavers and wavers and finally falls. And it would be so cool to see it fully turned into a short TV show or a short movie. But at the same time, I watch this and I go, this is just not who he is. Like, if he had a ton of money behind him and producers and people who wanted to, like, we got to get this just right, we got to do it this way and make it flashy and stand out and blah blah blah, it wouldn't feel like him anymore. But him in an empty stairway, him walking down a back alley filled with graffiti, totally works. And all on his own, he is able to completely sell this as a story, a movie, whatever, a play. It would be awesome to see this produced as a play or as a short movie or something. It would just be great. And like I said, just have him walking through in the background or just showing up as something happens, and it would be very, very cool. So that was the end of Screech's story, and now we go into Violet's tale.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
This is kind of interesting too, that there's an actual stop between the separate parts of the song. I would have thought it would flow from one to the next to the next. It's interesting. I don't think it matters to have it be these separate stories where he's in separate locations. It works. Okay. So anybody who's Gen X, or anybody who maybe is from the UK, there was a shot right back here where they were coming around the side of him like this, that he reminded me of Rick Mayall, who played, I forget which character, Rick in the Young Ones. Haircut, looks very much like him in profile. I hope that's not offensive to anyone. Almost sounds like a Western. I love the confused look on his face. I mean, it really is supposed to give you this idea of like, where the hell am I? I don't understand. I assume that's going to tie into the story itself that he's going to start telling here in a minute. It's good.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she's our lady weep. She's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took a tie but never left the room. I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet, she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took a tie, but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, Why you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet.
Falling down.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins are lying side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
So I'm not going to read the annotation here at the end just yet, but I will. The ending is interesting because it can mean that Violet died and had two babies, and one ends up being named Jenny and one ends up being named Screech. Or it could mean Violet dies, and then the two twins lying side by side are the double murders. One committed by Screech, killing Jenny, and one committed by the police officer who then kills Screech. I guess you could also think about, it doesn't really get into that. Could think about, do we get enough of the origin of Jenny and James to know if they could actually be brother and sister? I don't think they can be, right? So Violet was a silent girl. Siren's approach doesn't really tell us anything. Jenny walked alone, dragging her feet, heading back home. She knew this town, she knew this floor. Walked it 1,000 times before. Yeah, so there's probably no way that they're actually brother and sister. So what does the annotation say at the end here? One street apart, a line side by side, a girl named Jenny and a boy named James. Yep, that's what I thought. So the person making the annotation here is talking about the two bodies laying close to each other and calling them twins here, right? Yeah, really very good. This is I don't even know that I would necessarily call this rap. This is just like storytelling, alt rock ish music. I guess it's rap nowadays. You could have heard something like this and it wouldn't have been labeled rap 30 years ago. It's very good. He's very expressive. That's the word I'm looking for. He's very, very expressive, and he knows how to both use his voice, his movements, and his guitar to very, very effectively tell a story. Because it gives you this whole, like I said earlier, it gives you this whole feeling like this could be a play, this could be a short movie or a TV show or episode of something. This could be. It wouldn't take that much more to blow it up into something that was much more theatrical and I don't necessarily think any more interesting, but it would be really, really cool to see. I'm sure I will react to more of his stuff. I'm sure people will leave me comments to say, now you need to listen to this, now you need to listen to that, and I'm definitely interested. He seems like an artist that I am going to enjoy reacting to. And like I said before, he's got great taste in music. He's got Blondie back here. He's got Talking Heads. He's got In Excess. I can't tell what these other 2 or 3 pictures are, but a few bands that I really enjoy. On the Back Wall. This is great. I'm really, really impressed by him. There's an alarm going off somewhere. Have no idea what that could possibly be. Thanks very much for being here. I hope you enjoy your Ren reaction. I hope you have some other ideas for me to check out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon information down below in the description of the video. If you want to send me something to react to, you want to say thanks for doing this. You want to check out the playlist that I have down below. 13 tracks that I have listened to recently that I put onto a playlist. Have yourself a good day, and bye-bye.